It is from Alaskan Brewing Company. Today, we are drinking Juneau Juice, which is just a great name for a beer. It is a New England IPA, a Hazy IPA. It's 6.8%. I love that their entire description on Untappd is just Hazy IPA. And the other really cool thing is if you look right underneath me down there, we're going to be the 13,000th rating, which I think is pretty cool. Correct, Libby. It's the style of hops that they put in it. It's the style of hops that you add to the beer to say if it's a New England IPA or a West Coast IPA. I think technically, yeah. Yes. I think I'm right. I think. Let me make sure the camera's going. It must not have been because my phone locked itself. Oh, it's because the Stream Deck isn't on. Well, fix that first of all. How about now? How are we looking? No, not yet. A new version of Stream Deck. No, remind me later. There we go. Boom, we're live. All right. Let's do it before this can starts condensating like crazy. Brewed in Juneau, Alaska. This is one of Niltiak's favorite beers. I don't have a pint glass from Alaska, but I have one from Duluth, and that's about as far north as the glasses that I have go. I don't think we got a glass when we were out in Portland. Where did we go? Oh, I got a shirt. We went to Deschutes. Deschutes, not Deschutes. Deschutes. I don't think we got a glass, though. I think we just got a shirt. Correct, it's not. But in terms of being far up north, that's about the limit to how far I've been. Actually, I've been to Boise, but I didn't get a glass there either. That's probably as far north as I've ever been. All right. Take a look at that one. Looks nice. Amazing head. Fantastic looking head. You know, if a beer's never looked more appetizing than it does right now. Let me get a photo. And let's try it out. I wish there was more to say, but there's not. There's literally no description on Untappd for this beer. It's just Hazy IPA. So, let's try out this Hazy IPA. Cheers, everybody. Happy Monday. Smells good. Smells hoppy. Smells pretty bitter. Ooh. You know, it doesn't taste as much like grass clippings as I thought it would. I love how much the head is still holding up, though. It's very frothy. It's fun to drink because you're kind of slurping it. Yeah, you know, initially as you're drinking it, it's like, yeah, I can taste the hops, but I guess I was expecting a pretty strong aftertaste. I was expecting something in my face, kind of brutal. I was a little nervous. This actually, it kind of fades into more of like an amber taste. And surprisingly, I like that. The hop bitterness really doesn't stick around, which for someone like me who isn't always an IPA fan, I think I'd prefer that. Yeah, I mean, it's there. Let me put it back on the camera. It's there. It definitely has a kind of dry aftertaste. But I really do kind of feel like it tastes like an amber almost. It's like the hop beginning of the beer, like an IPA, and an amber end. And actually, it really reminds me of the APA that we recently made, that we homebrewed. Except I almost feel like that's the opposite spectrum of it, where it tastes like a caramely sweet amber, and then it turns into a hoppy beer. Like it kind of transitions into that. I feel like this is the opposite. It's like starts with hops, ends with caramel ambery, whereas I feel like ours starts with caramel ambery, ends with hops. And honestly, I really don't know what I prefer. I mean, this is a much more well-constructed, well-balanced beer. I'm never gonna say that I made a better beer than Alaskan Brewing Company does. But I think just as a general drinking process, I like this aftertaste more than the hops. I like that the hops are there immediately. It's bright, it's floral, it's really crisp. But then that fades away with this kind of ambery sweetness at the end. So you're not left with just a bitter aftertaste. And not necessarily even bitter, but just a hoppy aftertaste. Now, the other thing about this beer is it's a 6.8% beer. So if I were to just chug it, I'm going to feel it. I have no idea what percentage our beer is, because we didn't take a reading before we fermented it. So there's no way for us to know. I want to say it's probably upper fives, if I had to guess, maybe a 5.8, 5.9. But I don't actually know. Genuinely don't know. I'm not chugging it, Libby. What would happen if we mix the two? Nothing good, probably. Nothing good, because the hops that we use for an APA are very different from a New England IPA that I think they would clash a lot. It's a lot of hops to add to one style of beer. I bet the base of these beers are pretty similar, but like the hops that they'd use for a New England one, I think are very different. I'm trying to even remember what we used for ours. I think we used Chinook, Cascade. Was it just those two? I think there was a third one. I know we used Cascade. Did we use Hood? I'm just naming West Coast ones now, though. I don't know. Citra, that's the name of it. Yeah, Citra. That makes sense. I don't know. I don't know what they use for New England IPAs. Genuinely, just I'm not that knowledgeable yet. But I do. I like it. I like this quite a bit. I'm not sure if it's something I would have all the time. It's definitely, it's not just like a beginner IPA, I would say. It's not a good gateway. It's still pretty firmly planted in the hoppy scale, which I don't think would be a great first introduction into something like this. I mean, I think it's fruity too. I definitely taste probably grapefruit the most. Probably grapefruit, because it's kind of like sour, not like puckery sour, but just like I'm imagining like the juice of a grapefruit. It's just very sour. That's kind of the flavor I'm getting with this. But the thing is, it drinks really easily. And at the end of the day, that's kind of the most important part, right? Is if it's easy to drink. Yeah, I'm a fan. I'm not sure where my ranking is gonna go yet. I kind of got to think. Average is 3.68, which is like the average for a lot of beers. I feel like that's normal. What could I even compare this to? I don't know. Speaking of fruit, I'm a slut for fruit in the summer. I ate big juicy peach right before stream. You and me both. I did not eat a peach before stream. I'm allergic to raw peaches, unfortunately. But I'm surprised Automod didn't catch you for that either. But yes, fresh fruit in the summer Absolutely. I was talking a couple of weeks ago about how they have like fruit at work, and I put like dragon fruit and kiwi in my yogurt, and it was super good. Why not eat big peach? Because I'm allergic, Libby. We've been over this, right? We talked about this. We've been over this. I do love mango. The problem is I'll buy a mango, and then if I don't cut it up the moment I bring it home from the grocery store, it rots in the fridge. Not too good about remembering that. Fun internal spicy type. Yeah, I mean, it's not that bad. I survive. Like, the last time I had a raw peach was at the Minnesota State Fair. My dad got one from, like, a stand. Like, Georgia peaches or California peach. I don't remember where it was from. And I tried a bite because it's like, it looks amazing. It smells amazing. Sure, I'll have one. And, like, I felt it. My teeth were kind of tingly. My mouth was a little tingly. But I dealt with it because it was good. That's it. I don't like break out in hives or anything. And then I just like drank my beer and it washed it away. It's called oral allergy syndrome, chat. Look it up. The YouTube video for this beer is going to be wild that we're just delving into this. You know, oddly, the photo of this beer says 7.5% alcohol. The can that I have says 6.8% alcohol. Also, the Untappd says 6.8. So either this is an old photo, which it probably is. They changed the recipe. I can't imagine this at 7.5. That would be a strong beer. Like, almost too much to handle. Well, I mean, no. But it would need to be more of an occasion for me to want a 7.5% beer versus a 6.8. I'm trying to think of even what to say about this. I mean, we already said it tastes like a summer day, and it truly feels like a summer day today. It was nice and toasty. I went outside to water the garden, and that's about all I did outside today, which I really should have done more, but I worked most of the day. I worked a little over 8 hours today. We're in a solid crunch time at work right now for me. It's been real fun. Yeah, Niltiak had this. She gave it a 4.25, and her review said very yummy, which I think I would agree. Maybe I wouldn't say it's very yummy. I think I would just say yummy. I don't know if I'm quite at the very yummy stage. It's a words, honestly, like just poetry in motion. Now, unfortunately, I don't think I can get away with that. I'm way too wordy when I do my reviews. I can't just like throw down one short sentence and call it good. I mean, I could. I totally could. No one like cares. But I care. I care about it. It matters to me. Taste, hop, and amber. Ship it. Why say lot word when few do trick? Truly. All right, I'm typing. What am I trying to... Want a review that paints a picture, no actual description of the beer, but just vibes. I don't have enough time for that, Libby. You got to give me a little forewarning for that. I can't let my creativity I don't have that kind of creativity off the top of my hat after a day of work. But ask ChatGPT. Met with a sweet, almost amber. Had to be tonight, but at some point, yes, that'd be cool. Right. Not ChatGPT. One of the many other ones. Let the Juneau juices flow. That's the title for the YouTube video right there. Almost ambery flavor to end with. It's sweet and full, but still has remnants. All right. Can. Crisp. And I think grapefruit. HBG, what's going on, man? How you doing? Do we want to know the cool thing I learned last? Oh, sorry, you're asking chat. You're not asking me. Sorry. I'll not look. I'll let you guys. You guys are having your own conversation. I get it. I'll let it happen. I like to see it. The thing is, I'm not in chat, Olivia. I'm just reading chat. But I do want to know. I do kind of want to know. All right, see, now I'm in chat. See, now I'm there. So, please, tell us. All right, I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready to throw down a number for this. Yes, that is insanely helpful. I did that quite a bit. I don't remember where we were, but you can just have your camera open. You don't even need to take a picture. You can have Google Lens open, and if you hover over a piece of text, it will just change the text to your language. So if you want to read like road signs or restaurants or a menu or something, why do I feel like I've done this, but I don't know where I would have been that everything would have been in a foreign language? I don't know why I feel like I've done this before, but I have. And it's very cool. The other cool thing, which like I think everybody already knows that you can do, but this happened to me at the DMV the other day, is there were these two guys, and I think they were filling out a registration form for a car. Like they had just bought this car from someone else. It was these two Hispanic guys, and they didn't know how to fill it out. And like they were standing there for a while. And then the guy across from them was like asking them questions, you know, like, oh, do you need help with this? And like the guy didn't understand him, and he just pulled out his phone and tapped on Siri and just was like, here, like talk into it. And the guy like just said, oh, you know, you only have to fill that out if there's more than one owner for the car. If you're the only owner, you'll need to fill out the one, whatever. And he handed it back, and it like spit it all out in Spanish for them. And then they asked a question in Spanish into it, and it spit it out in English to him. And I'm like, this is amazing. In this little central Wisconsin DMV, we're like crossing borders here, or crossing cultural boundaries. I liked it. It was very cool. I couldn't help it all. I was just there. And I was like, the sooner I finish my paperwork, the sooner I can get out of here. So I just finished my form and got in line and left. Anyways, yeah, it's pretty cool. You can do that for any language too. But yes, the photo thing for Google Lens is super, super cool. Very helpful. Real time. With that said, here's what I have to say, everybody, about Juneau juice from Alaskan Brewing Company. I said, yummy and interesting. It starts bright, floral, and hoppy, but the hops don't linger too long and are instead met with a sweet, almost ambery flavor to end with. And then I say it's sweet again. It's sweet and full. I don't know why I say that twice, but still has remnants of hops shining through. Pretty solid. Ooh, pretty solid, I said. I said it was crisp, grapefruity, citrus, hazy, and sweetness. And I'm torn between two numbers. I'm going to give it one last sip and tell you what I think. Yeah, I'm going to give this one a 3.75 out of 5. A little over the highest rating, 3.75 out of 5. Let's check it in. Rating number 13,000 on the dot, unless someone else checked it in before me, which I guess they could have. They didn't. I just refreshed, but the number didn't go up, which is very weird. But there we go. 365 check-ins at a venue that's verified, because my house is a verified venue, I guess. There we go. 603, everybody. Beer 603 for myself. I'm refreshing the page, and that number is not going up, which I'm very sad about, because I was really hoping it would go up and say that I'm number 13,000. But in my heart and my soul, I know that I'm beer number 13,000. Not beer number, rating number 13,000. So yeah, a nice crisp, refreshing beer for a hot summer day. I may have only given it a 3.75. That's still above my average. That's above the beer's average. I think it was pretty good. Yeah, it was a good beer for the day. So thank you guys, everybody, for joining me for this one. Tune in next week for another new beer that we're going to be trying out. And cheers, everyone. We'll see you next time.